This is Damon L. Jacobs. I'm here at Love Out Loud number 7 with the wonderful, multi-talented, much-missed Trent Dawson from As the World Turns, played Henry Coleman. And you are here tonight celebrating with us, but also here helping us to raise funds for such a worthy, important cause. Tell me, why are you here? Why is this cause important to you?
I think that AIDS awareness and fighting AIDS is incredibly important,
yes.
and knowing people that have been touched by it. I think it's also important that we continue to keep people aware, because I think people are getting lackadaisical sometimes regarding the disease, and I don't think we should. I think we should be incredibly vigilant, and so that's why I'm here to help promote that.
I actually said that to somebody earlier tonight who was like, what do you mean? Shocked. And yes, I agree. When you say lackadaisical, what do you mean in general? I think I know what you mean, but I just want to, like, from your point of view, what are you seeing out there in terms of people's awareness about HIV and AIDS?
I would say that people have gotten less cautious sexually.
Yes.
And I would say that because there are drugs out there, people don't see the threat as big as it was 15, 20 years ago. I was hitting adolescence when it first came out. It was just called GRID and gay men's disease and this kind of stuff. And I don't want people to be as terrified as we were then, because we were dealing with an unknown.
Right.
But I think people should be very, very concerned about it. And so that's why situations like this are important, because even if you get the drugs and stuff here, it's happening all over the world and devastating people in such an extraordinary way where they don't have access to that. So let's just fight it, get rid of it, and support people that have it, you know?
Absolutely, and thank you. That's really a big part of what we're doing, is raising money, because we also know now, we always knew, but we understand scientifically that treatment is prevention.
Right.
That is, someone who is HIV positive and is on treatment and is at a 0 viral level, they will not give HIV to another person. And that is one of the ways that we will see the end of this. The other being what I do is HIV prevention, is the vaccine research. Is getting us to find an effective vaccine for people
that would be amazing.
who are negative.
Right.
Just like hepatitis B, just like polio.
Absolutely. Like polio.
Yeah.
That would be the ideal.
Right.
And then we got to all go back to having sex like the 70s and not worry about it.
Wait, do that again? It's like, okay, like the 70s.
Yes.
Like the 70s, like the Ritz, huh?
The clap and herpes, that's all you got to worry about.
And there will be other things, but you know, actually, that is one of the reasons that people often tell me that they don't want a vaccine, because they say, well, we're going to go back to, and I'm talking within the gay community now.
I think it's ridiculous.
I think that's so ridiculous, too.
No, you can't go back to that mindset, because you're right, there will be the next thing coming. We have too many people on the planet. Something else is going to come up and supplant AIDS if we find a vaccine for that. Continue to be cautious, and you should be anyway. I mean, what's the point? Until you find that partner that you want to be with and be monogamous with, you're going to go out and play around. Play around. I'm all for playing around. Just be safe.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
Now, you have so many of our fans miss Henry.
I miss him too.
Miss Oakdale. What do you think Henry's doing right now?
He's probably banging Barbara, swinging from a chandelier. Or I don't know, she strapped something on and banging him. I don't know. They're doing some crazy. I think they're probably very creative people. So they're having fun, and I just saw Colleen earlier, and it was great to see her. I think they're probably having a great time. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things we cover a lot on our website, We Love Soaps, is kind of the creative drama that's being done on the internet, the indie soaps.
Right.
I think I've asked you before if this is something you would ever think about doing, or expressing that creativity on the internet.
I was just talking to, what's her name from Guiding Light?
Tina Sloan?
I think so. Yes, regarding this, because there's Empire, and I think she's on
Venice, she's on
Venice.
Empire. Yeah.
And I'm just now becoming familiar with those, so I would be interested. I just don't know enough about them yet. But yeah, I mean, there's an endorsement from my colleagues that have done it that is a lot of fun.
Yes.
So, and you get to see the people you worked with. And
you get to play, and you don't deal with network censorship.
Yeah.
So shows like Venice and Empire can take on issues about sexual expression, and they can even use profanity, and they can even...
And so it's like cable. That's awesome. It's like Showtime.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So tell me what else, for fans of yours.
Yeah.
What you said Homeland is
Homeland, I did Homeland, I appeared in the end of last season, and they're still writing right now. They start shooting this summer. I hope to be a part, but they're not letting anybody know. It's the same people that did 24, so they're very quiet about, they're very clandestine. I'm going to be in Men in Black 3, apparently. They didn't cut me. They invited me to the premiere, so I'm in that. That happens next week.
Wow. Tell me about Men in Black 3.
Men in Black 3, I play an agent. I have a couple of scenes with Emma Thompson, and I'll tell you, you'll be the first to know. I'll break the story with you. I had absolute stage fright with her, and I did not realize it was going to happen because she's been an idol of mine since she was like Lady Catherine and Henry V in like the late 80s. And I thought I'd be fine, and then I had to do these scenes with her, and I got dry mouthed and I couldn't speak. And I thought, God, finally get to meet this woman. I'm like the worst actor on the planet. But hopefully, I think that with the special effects crew, they'll make me look good and interesting in some kind of way. Because I'm sort of nervous to see what came out.
I cannot imagine you tongue-tied and
I couldn't either. It was like a shock to me. It was like having a seizure. But she was so marvelous and wonderful, and I was this close to Emma Thompson, and I actually just really admire the crap out of her, you know, and really adore her. And she was everything I hoped she would be. And so I was nervous as all get out. I hope it doesn't come across. I hope. Yeah.
And so going from, I mean, this might sound like a silly question, but tell me just the biggest difference between shooting As the World Turns and a big Hollywood movie like Men in Black 3. What's the first thing that stands out for you as the biggest difference?
It's huge. We're in the armory. I'm shooting inside of the Men in Black 3 offices. So we have like 100 extras all in suits, and there's aliens everywhere, and there's little people with alien costumes and giant people. It's like a carnival. And it's just a ginormous enterprise, and that's the major difference. There's just so
the food's a little better on Men in Black 3.
Yeah, it is, but I was such knots I wasn't eating that much. Really wasn't. That would be the main thing. Plus, I think you don't know anybody, and suddenly in a room with 200 people that are all working. With As the World Turns, it was 10 years of family. I know everyone and all that sort of thing. So you have to sort of find your own personal comfort zone and all of that craziness.
Right.
And that was a big change.
Well, Trent, I always love speaking with you. I love that you always speak your mind and you support causes like this that are so important, that you are so outspoken about it, and I admire that too.
Thank you.
So thank you. We're going to keep in touch.